Well, right now we are going to continue our live gavel-to-gavel coverage of the George Zimmerman trial. There is a Frye hearing scheduled for this afternoon. It should begin any minute, but let me bring in our team that's helping cover this. We have News 13's Kelly Cook, who is in Sanford. We also have Vanessa Braley with NeJame Law, who'll be giving us a legal analysis. So hello, ladies, and let's send it out to Kelly.
All right, thanks a lot, Jackie. That's right. Right now, they have just wrapped up the questioning portion of the day and getting ready to move into the Frye hearing. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But first, let's look back at the day we had today. 8 potential jurors were questioned today, and only four were retained. Now, one that we know was dismissed was juror number H27, one who says he has 70% of his mind has been made up that he thinks that George Zimmerman is innocent and was acting in self-defense. He also brought in another interesting perspective on this case, and that's how political this particular case has gotten. Take a listen.
Was there anybody of a national stature that you felt made inappropriate comments related to this case that you may have commented about?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I think we did mention that President Obama made a comment about Trayvon.
Sure. But
he tends not to mention our heroes overseas or Medal of Honor winners kind of get bypassed, but he likes to comment on local issues like Mr. Martin or other celebrities and
Sure.
bypass the people that should be mentioned.
Yes, sir.
So many facets this case covers, from race to even politics. Briefly, let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's bring in our News 13 legal analyst, Vanessa Braley, is joining us now for the second half of our coverage from the NeJame law firm. Vanessa, it's good to have you with us this afternoon.
Hi, good to be with you.
Great. Let's talk about this for just a bit, because we cannot deny that this case sometimes goes beyond the X's and the O's and the figures and the facts about this case, and now it's taken on some political sides of it. Do you think that might have been a big trigger as to why that particular juror was dismissed for the day?
I think so, because it shows that he's expressed an opinion about the case and that he's been following it enough to know what's been going on.
Absolutely. And right now, Vanessa, we're getting ready to move into the second portion of the day that kind of broke it up. Typically, we would still be doing juror questioning, but now we are starting the Frye hearing. At stake here is whether or not there can be expert testimony about who was yelling for help in those 911 tapes, whether it was George Zimmerman, which is exactly what the defense obviously would like to prove, or whether or not it was Trayvon Martin. So let's talk about the fact that we're just now talking about the Frye hearing now. No decision was made. We are almost at least a good portion into the jury selection process. Do you think it's a disadvantage that this decision has not been made before they started this jury selection process?
No, I don't think it affects the jury selection process at all. I'm actually glad that we've decided to wrap this Frye hearing up at this point, since we're just narrowing the pool of jurors down to that number of 40 potential jurors until they actually start asking the questions that one would normally ask when selecting a jury. So it's a good place to finish up.
All right, Vanessa, and also let's talk a little bit about procedure here. We're going to hear from a defense expert witness that's going to come and testify, likely by video conference, I believe, or by phone. And then at this point, that cannot necessarily be the end of it, because the state can then call their witnesses, right?
Correct.
So how does that work? Can they is it a rebuttal type thing, or how does that work? Is it a back and forth? Do they just get a chance to question the witness?
The state can question the defense witness once the defense is done with their direct questioning. Yes, so they're going to try to obviously have statements elicited that are going to help their side.
All right, very good. Vanessa, please stand by. We'll be back with you with more analysis. But right now, we are still waiting for that Frye hearing to get underway. And as soon as it does, of course, here at News 13, we'll be bringing you gavel-to-gavel coverage of that here at the Seminole County Justice Center. But for now, Jackie, let's send it back to you.
Glad you're with us here on News 13 for our live gavel-to-gavel coverage of the George Zimmerman trial. And let's introduce you to the team that's helping bring all the information to you. News 13's Kelly Cook is in Sanford. She's joined by Vanessa Braley, who is giving us legal analysis, our legal analysis person. We thank you both so much for being here. And right now, as I said, Kelly, that all-important Frye hearing, it was due to start at 4. It's a little after 10 after right now, but any moment that last expert should be on the stand. Kelly?
That's right, Jackie. We will get to that in just a few minutes. Right now, they are still in a sidebar, but right now, let's get a check of our weather with Danny Trainer. Danny?